It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third down, Melvin. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 46. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stanford. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
More from L.A. in a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle. Complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The Chargers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. McCann's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Melvin. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
To throw on 3rd down. Melvin.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Second and 7.
Eckler now between the tackles. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. It's Eckler again. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it looking at a 4th down and 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out.
McCann's kick up and good.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what the
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Melvin.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Let's take it. Now a hit and a loose football. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And Gay knocks this one through.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw is Prescott. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Eckler, they run left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Once more, here's Eckler. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle with Eckler. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
McCann's kick is good.
And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Prescott.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. On first down, Melvin. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw.
Melvin got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Bo Melton, an 8-yard pickup.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Running left is Walker.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. In motion comes the tight end left.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Melvin. Finding Walker, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third.
Chargers 9. Michael Dixon to take off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taken in at the 3.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Prescott from the gun.
They'll find Schwartz complete right side.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to Walker on first down.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Melvin. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Melvin. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 17-yard line. From the gun, it's Walker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's Walker.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Right side, and he finds Gray. Touchdown! Danny Gray, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the give, this is Eckler. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
This is swung out to Eckler.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the 22-yard line.
A handoff, it's Eckler.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up fourth down. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well, cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
There he goes left side. 30, 10, 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Trying the left side with Walker.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Brings up second down.
Back to throw. Melvin.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength. And he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he? Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's more.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. To the air again, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Now this is caught. He hits more.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Prescott.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
To throw, Prescott.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Now Prescott. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well.